Hello everyone, welcome back to Pathshala and welcome back to part 4 of Chemical Control and Coordination. I know that the chapter has become so interesting, and here we are to discuss the final shot of this chapter. So before I go ahead and introduce you with the remaining interesting glands, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Aditi Goyal. I am a final year MBBS student at RUHS CMS Jaipur. I have been mentoring students regarding biology and NEET UG preparation from last 5 years. Also, those of you who are on this video for the very first time, I recommend you to go and watch the last 3 parts of the video series so that you know the whole story of chemical control and coordination. And with this, let's begin with the fourth part of chemical control and coordination. Let us begin with pancreas. Yes, the pancreas have a different kind of cell structure which are called islets of Langerhans. You know what? Pancreas is actually a composite gland. It has exocrine function as well as endocrine. Endocrine, I understand, ma'am. It produces hormones. What is exocrine? Exocrine means basically the one that produces enzymes. So, pancreas produce a lot of enzymes that are needed for your food digestion, like trypsinogen, amylin, lipase. But yes, we are not here to talk about them. It also has various cell types. The one type is called alpha cells. Alpha cells secrete glucagon. And the second types of cells we have are beta cells that secrete the very famous insulin. Alright, so now the most important function of this pancreas gland is glucose homeostasis. The glucose in your blood is always shifting. You take the food, but still the blood sugar cannot be very high. So, we have these two hormones which maintain the glucose homeostasis. On one hand, we have glucagon, which is hyperglycemic. That is, it increases the blood sugar. It stimulates glycogenolysis. That means breakdown of glycogen and production of glucose. So it basically reduces the glucose uptake of the cells and increases blood sugar. If cells won't take it, blood will have it, right? And insulin is the antagonist, exact opposite of it. It is a hypoglycemic hormone. What it does, it enhances the cellular uptake of glucose. So basically, when the glucose moves into the cell, it reduces into the blood. Also, when it goes into the cells, it stimulates glycogenesis. It stimulates the formation of glycogen. Now, you must have heard of this famous disease, diabetes mellitus. In diabetes, basically the insulin levels fall down. So now the hyperglycemia is for a very prolonged duration because there is no insulin, glucose cannot move into the cells. And now when there is increased blood sugar, this sugar is lost via urine. And also when glucose cannot be used for energy, my body starts breaking down fat, and breaking down of fat produces ketone bodies. So that is diabetes. Alright, ma'am. Now let's learn about the reproductive system. Ma'am, the reproductive system in endocrine? Well, yes, your reproductive organs also have endocrine functions. As we already know, the male's reproductive organ is testes. And in the testes, we have the Leydig cells or the interstitial cells. And the Leydig cells produce the male testicular hormone, androgens, which is also known as testosterone. Testosterone is responsible for all the secondary sexual characteristics of a male, like spermatogenesis, the secondary sexual characteristics like high pitched voice, beard, and the anabolic effects, higher muscular strength in males. Also, their libido, their sexual drive, comes because of testosterone. On the females, on the other hand, we have ovary as the reproductive organ. So, ovary produces two steroid hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen regulates the follicular growth. What are follicles? Follicles are basically immature ova stored in my ovary. They grow and become mature for fertilization as the girl reaches puberty, and also produces all the secondary sexual characteristics like the high pitched voice, development of breast, Progesterone, on the other hand, is majorly a hormone of pregnancy. It supports the pregnancy and also the milk secretion after the birth of a child. Now, you know what, guys? There are some non endocrine organs in your body which also secrete some specific hormones. So, your heart, basically, your heart's atria's wall, they secrete a particular hormone which is called as ANF, atrial natriuretic factor. It basically does what? It causes vasodilation, which leads to decrease in the blood pressure. Your heart's atrial wall, after that, your kidney also has JG cells, which are juxtaglomerular cells. Juxtaglomerular cells secrete a hormone known as erythropoietin. Erythropoietin leads to RBC production. So whenever you have low RBCs, JG cells increase the amount of RBCs. Your GI tract also produces gastrin. Gastrin causes stomach acid secretion, which is HCl. We also have secretin, which causes water and bicarbonate secretion. Cholecystokinin, which leads to the secretion of pancreatic enzymes and bile into your intestine. And GIP, which is an inhibitory hormone. It inhibits gastric secretion, gastric inhibitory peptide. Alright, now I understand there are so many hormones in my body, but how do they act, ma'am? Well, yes, they have a specific mechanism of action. What is it called? Mechanism of hormone action. So, guys, there are two types of major hormones in our body: protein hormones and steroid based hormones. The protein hormones cannot enter your cell because of the glycogen lipid layer. So, they have specific receptors on the membrane for them, which produce a secondary molecule or a secondary messenger that completes their function. On the other hand, for the steroid hormones, they can directly enter into the cell and they directly execute to the internuclear receptor their function. So yeah, now I see the chemical coordination was so easy. So yes, guys, if you are looking for such interesting explanations of all your difficult chapters, I want you to suggest Pathshala. If you are looking for a complete study solution, you need to check out Pathshala. They offer one-on-one live classes, instant doubt solving, and premium study material. They cover all grades and all boards. It's basically like having a personal tutor in your pocket. To get started, just download the app using the link in the description box below. Search for the subject you want to learn and they will connect you with the best teachers in the country. Seriously, go and check them out. The link is right down below. Also, when you are here, I request you to subscribe to Pathshala channel so that you keep being informed of such interesting, amazing chapters straight away from your NCERT textbooks. Like, share and comment and keep studying. All the best.